Since I was a little kid, I remember liking to do art. It was what I did. And in high school, I really delved into it deeply, and then majored in it in college. It's really just been my whole life I've been making art. My husband and I take care of Yacht Basin Park, and we had noticed that there was graffiti in the gazebo, which it dismayed us. And so first we tried just cleaning it up and then painting it over. Eventually I painted a mural on it, and then we just had the idea, wouldn't it be beautiful to make a mosaic on it instead of the painting? So when I applied to the Community Foundation, that was my plan. Well, one challenge at first was we needed a place for me to store my supplies. And so we went and purchased a trailer. The neighbors actually were not real happy with that for a while. But really it was just the time. It took a lot of time. And I had to work on it when I had my job or in spite of the weather. But I really enjoyed working on it, so although there were some challenges, it was really a great experience working on it. Just being outdoors all the time, noticing the lizards playing. I mean, when do you get to sit and watch lizards courting one another or challenging each other? So anyway, I liked being out there. I really have always admired koi ponds, and when we go to botanical gardens, that's always a favorite thing, to observe the fish. And who wouldn't like a koi pond in their backyard, you know? So that was just my idea, to paint a koi pond first, and then so naturally when I had the idea for the mosaic, I thought, I'll do a mosaic koi pond. I love literature and quotations, words that just go well together. And so in sitting there, I had the idea to find quotations about birds. And so there's a real variety of quotations from famous poets, from the Bible. And I think it just gives you something else to think about when you're looking at the visuals. You can also have the concept of the words, the rhyme or the meaning of the words. In working in that space, I wanted to create a place where it was meditative, quiet, thoughtful, positive. A place you could go and just spend some time, either just escaping the heat by being in the shade and the breeze of the river, or watching the little bit of wildlife we have there, and thinking about the writings that I put in the mosaic. Public art really creates a sense of place, and when we have traveled around, it really stands out to us, the visual art, the visual sculptures that we see, and it leaves a lasting impression, and it just creates a mood and a presence. I think that our city needs more public art, and we wanted to be a part of it. And I say we because my husband partners with me in our ongoing projects. Seeing public art makes people excited, especially when it catches them off guard and they've not seen it yet. It's a destination where you can bring your family that's visiting from out of town, or it makes a place more inviting, and I just think it's important. Without art, it's so bland. We've got hundreds, thousands of yards of concrete crying out for mosaic, in my opinion, because it lasts forever. But there's just so much we could do to make the spaces in our city really beautiful and inviting. And it just gives our environment, our place, a lift. I like designing things, and I like directing the progress of a project, and I don't feel like I have to do every part in these big mosaics especially. Now, Yacht Basin Park was virtually a solo project. I spent many an hour sitting there by myself, but it was very nice to do that. But with the ongoing work that we're doing, that is a collaborative effort. Well, it's amazing how immediately people will respond to participating. For example, at Art Walk, even if it's just for a moment where they put a few pieces of tile in place. Sometimes they'll stay longer, but they just get excited about participating. Down on the South Bank Riverwalk, we have some women and some guys that have been coming out, and they're just thrilled to be a part of a project that's bigger than anything they've done before, and they believe in the idea of improving our city and beautifying our city, and they're really committed to participating. Quite frankly, I'm rather blown away by the positive, amazing response I've gotten from some people. Every day someone new comes out of the woodwork. I showed up here at the studio yesterday, and there were two women in here that were walking by. One of them had done a mosaic workshop with the very well-known Isaiah Zagar in Philadelphia, and her friend or sister was also interested, but they wanted to know what we were doing and wanted to participate. I got a Facebook message today of a woman wanting to participate. People just want to participate and engage. I think mosaic art is great for public art. For one reason, it's very durable. It will be easy to maintain. It requires virtually no maintenance, and it'll last many, many, many years. It's very tactile, you can touch it. I purposely choose materials that people will want to touch and be able to touch. And I also like the reflective quality. It catches light, so whether it's at night or in the day, and different times of the day, it changes depending on the lighting. And so it's a really great medium for the public to participate in. They don't just look at it with their eyes, they can touch it and experience it. Well, the South Bank Riverwalk mosaic is a part of the Art in Public Places program from the Cultural Council. And the idea is that when the city does new construction, there is a budget for public art in that construction. And the designers of the Riverwalk really planned for a very site-specific piece of art here because the lighting is phenomenal. It's just beautiful. When the lights come on in the evening, it just explodes in that place. It's great. Well, I hope that we're helping to spark, using that buzzword, more public art, and especially more mosaic art. I hope that we can really inspire people to invest in art, business owners, property owners. If a lot of people step up and support these projects, it could be a little project on the corner of your building or a little project on the facade. It doesn't have to be 64 feet by 7 feet like the South Bank. But I think for generations, it'll be a place where people will come back. And certainly everyone who participates, they can bring their family, their friends, their children, their grandchildren. I really think there's like a legacy in making art where so many people are invested in it.